and right now, shit is going right and shit is going wrong. And as an entrepreneur, you are the end of the line. You're under all this pressure. You got to pay the salary. You got to make sure that the taxes are paid. You got to make sure that the supply chain's in order. You got to make sure that the market, you are responsible for the whole thing. And that pressure is inherent and innate in this position. And now it has its benefits. You then get all the benefit, mostly for the success of the thing, but you also get all the weight of the failures of it. If shit isn't going right, it's not your CMO's fault. It's not your supply chain's fault. None of it. It's your fault. You are responsible for everything that happens in your organization. If you try to shuck responsibility, good luck. Okay, yeah, it's your fault. Someone else's fault. If you don't take responsibility for everything in your organization and make sure and be the one who guarantees it, then it's not going to go well for you. And if you take this approach that you're shucking responsibility off to someone else, then that is a defeatism. That's a defeated approach. It's like, oh, well, it didn't work because of that person. No, it didn't work because you were not paying enough attention, or okay, that person didn't work out. You didn't replace them. Like at the end of the day, it's always going to be hard. And so what can you do? You can acknowledge and accept that shit is always going to be hard. And sometimes it's going to be going real well. And sometimes it's not. And you can stay consistent in your behavior, whether it's good or bad. What variable you can control is your reaction to what is happening, which is to show up, look around, get some guidance, figure out what to do next, and do it. And that's the game, man. It takes eternal vigilance. It takes a daily willingness to do what you can do. Right now, my main business that does 25 million a year doesn't have a supplier. Well, that's pretty freaky. I got 40 employees. I got $1 million in overhead every month. And I got a month worth of inventory. I could be freaking out. I'm not. I'm figuring out how to fix it. I'm getting new suppliers on board. I'm rallying my old suppliers. I'm figuring out what to do if I run out of stock. I'm trying to solve the problem. And I'm not doing it from a freaked out state. It's like, no, okay. It's intense right now. I signed up for this. I take responsibility for this. I wanted this ride, which now comes with a fucking global pandemic and no supply chain. Well, that's nobody's fault but my own. I'm the one who created all this madness in the first place. Now I'm going to be all the victim of it. Well, you can't have it both ways. You either did this or you didn't. And if you're doing this, then it's your fault. So fix it. Show up. Be positive. Take the step you can take. Get help. Like that. This idea that things are not always hard is misguided. I tell you what, I have 100 team members. I'm some bum off a couch in Brooklyn who started a business in 2005, and now I'm 15 years in and I've been doing it, and now it's successful. But it's like, hey, the key to success is consistency. I'm not things special. I'm some guy, but I've been doing this now for 15 years. I got pretty good at it because I showed up every day with a positive attitude, and I took the next step I could take in the direction of my goals. And I watched other people burn out, and I watched other people work 16 hours a day, ignore their families, ignore their social life, ignore their relationships, ignore their body, ignore their health, not sleep, and burn out and go through anxiety and go through depression because it wasn't working. And I stayed steady, 8 hours a day, 4 or 5 days a week, consistent, taking the steps I could take. And that's the game.